Hey gang, what's up? Lena here, aka HyeMaiden, and um, yeah, spoiler review for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Look out for the little guy. And I'm so glad I got this shirt because, yeah, that's what was I was the title for his book. Like, what? A book? Like, I don't know. Just, it was just, um, like, it, I'm left a little speechless from the film. It was, it wasn't like amazing. It was just really good. It didn't let me down, you know. Especially the whole Kang thing. Um, I I love Jonathan Majors. He's such a good actor, and he did not, you know, he did not let me down as King. You know, Ant Man, Hank Pym at the end, exactly what I would expect for an Ant Man for that to happen, and it was just beautiful how it ended, and like Jeff Loveness brought that whole Rick and Morty vibe to it because that's who they brought in. Someone who writes for Rick and Morty. That's Jeff Loveness. And he did not disappoint. And I don't know if you noticed, I know my eyeshadow looks like, does that look right? But I'm gonna like close in on it and like, you know, I did purple in the middle so that you can like tell, like, you know how Kang has the two lines down his face. I did that with my eyeshadow. So, yeah. I was just, you know, just Kang to me, you know, because he's wearing purple and green, but his face is blue. So purple is my favorite color, and so is green. But I thought I'd do blue and purple. So, yeah. And I know it's crazy. Like, I'm like, doing my reaction to a couple of the trailers, and I'm like, what were you doing down there, Janet? And surprisingly, like, wasn't her regulator damaged unless she fixed it, and she was able to use her suit. That was like, whoa, way to go, Janet, being a hero again, even though, they made her like start to look like the bad guy, and it's like, no, she did what she had to. And I was just joking, like, was Kang her booty call? Was Kang her booty call? But apparently Bill Murray was her booty call, so I was kind of right in a sense. But yeah, I loved I don't know who he played, but David Dasmalchian, which is an Armenian, rock on for that. 'Cause I'm Armenian, and I love when there's Armenians and Middle Eastern, people or facets to um, things that I love. Like recently in Moon Knight, that they talked about the Armenian genocide, so that was cool. Uh huh. And let's see, what else can we talk about? Uh, Spoiler review, remember. And if you want to comment, we can discuss about the movie because I'm really excited about it. I wish I can go see it again, but I can only afford the one time in the theater. And I saw it in 3D, so that was cool. And yeah, I was like, the buildings were alive. Total Rick and like all those little like side things, like the drink the ooze stuff or whatever else, all those funny characters and whatever else like you think was like that didn't make sense. Watch Rick and Morty. If you don't watch Rick and Morty, then you don't get like all those funny little things that, that was happening in this movie, cuz that's where they came from, like especially at the bar, like the or like the what's not a bar, but like a little like, like I guess it's a bar or restaurant, whatever, where they went to. And uh you know all those different looking characters, like the rock characters. If you've seen season 1, episode, I can't remember which episode, but it was, believe it's season 1. I think so. Well, regardless, it's the episode where Rick and Morty go um, to where giants live, and then they accidentally a giant like die. He fell on his head and just like dies brutally, and then they get to go free, and then they go down these steps, and then they're ginormous steps. Rick and Morty go, and then there's a little bar place, tavern. That's what they're called, taverns, right? Uh, into the stairs, there's a little tavern, and then there's all these different kinds of looking people, and that's what that scene reminded me of like, you get all these different funky looking characters, and that's what, if you're a Rick and Morty fan, you know what I'm talking about. So, okay, sorry. And then what else should I mention? Kang. That, like, maybe the movie would have gone on too long, like uh like talking about like why he was on this destructive conquering path. Like, I know there's some good kings and maybe some really really bad kings, and we already know that. And that ending end credit scene, um not the Loki one, that was exciting, that was fun, that was awesome. uh with um Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston and what was it, Victor Timely or something. But the other one with the whole Council of Kings, I'm like, I knew it. I had a feeling the Council of Kings, they they banished him. They, you know, he was bad news, and he was bad news. Yeah, yeah. And so I wish they got more into detail of like why he's like on a destructive path, and what was the reason behind what Janet saw when she saw what went through his mind when she touched the chair, which looked amazing, by the way. Like, everything looks so comic accurate. And boy, Modoc, was not expecting Darren Cross to be Modoc. And I'm really like, I'm happy that they worked it in that way for Modoc, because Modoc isn't an easy character villain to pull off. Like, he is such a funky looking like villain. Like recently it's on Hulu. Marvel did the MODOK. It's like a like almost like a robot chicken. Or it is. It's kind of like robot chicken type of animation. Where they did the MODOK. Like that's you can only pull off MODOK like during those types of animation or cartoon animation, but like he was freaky looking. He did a good job, and then when they flash, they saw like he puts him in the chair with his little baby arms and legs. Like, dude, like what the fuck? Like, and then it shows his little butt cheeks. I was like, oh my god, that shit was freaking hilarious. That shit was hilarious. I'm so glad Marvel chose Jeff Loveness. Like, that's exact. Oh, I almost forgot to say that. Like, Kang is literally like Rick. Like, almost exactly like that character. Like, Rick has the Council of Ricks. Like, I'm sure that's where, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon got their ideas because they do mention a lot of Marvel. But I'm sure they just thought of it. I don't know. I don't know if they got Rick and the Council of Ricks and the whole Citadel thing because of Kang or because they started writing that like at least a decade ago now. But this comic has been around for decades, at least like 5 decades. Okay, sorry, but yeah, Kang and like Rick Sanchez, so similar, so similar. Like that's probably why they asked him to write for this film. Um, you know, yeah, it's and seeing the acting from Jonathan Majors with all the different Kang variants. And I had a feeling, I was telling my sister, I'm like, yep, just wait, just you watch. There's gonna be millions of variants of Kangs, even though it was in a quick little tiny scene. Like it was in a little 2 minute scene, you know, like 3 minutes max. The end. But I know there's like infinity variants, just like there's infinity variants of Rick Sanchez. Yeah. It's pretty awesome, and I can't wait for more. I cannot wait for more. I'm so excited. Right, Ruby? Are you excited, Ruby? She's excited. Right, right, Ruby? Right, baby? Come here. Come here. Come here. Show them some cuteness. Hey, baby. Baby. Your little ponytail. Your little ponytail, huh? Oh, my hair is getting really long. Mwah. Taking a good nap. She's matching. She's got purple. But oh, baby. Oof. So, yeah, that was, awesome. Awesome film. And let's see what else to talk about that film. You know, I guess Bill Murray's character didn't last too long, but it was cool to have him in a Marvel movie, Quick little cameo. Let's see. I wonder, if any of like the director or writer Jeff Loveness, like Peyton Reed or any of them, like were they in the film? Did they cameo? We missing is Stanley, R.I.P. Stanley, and his cameos. Um, you know, every actor, every character in that film did a great job. Dude, Michael Douglas looks so thin. Oh my gosh, Michael Douglas looks so thin. Like if you compare him from the first two films to this one, like wow, maybe he's just getting older and stuff like that. Um, and Hope's character, of course, Scott. Oh my God, Scott freaking out at the end. He was like, but he said he was gonna come back. He said it wasn't over. Like that music and that tone of like how it ended, like scary. I was like, oh my God, what are they foreshadowing about? Like, what on earth are they talking about? Like, how much foreshadowing do we need? Like, we get it. Kang is the next baddie. We know. But still, like, it's pretty funny. Also, like, when I saw the portal, like the yellow portal, it reminded me of when well, he wasn't necessarily evil, remember, but remember evil Morty, and he left that universe. His portal was yellow. He bounced out of Rick's universe. So, yeah. And that one scene, uh that one scene where, what was it called, the parallels, the paradox, like the Schrodinger's cat, or the probability storm. Duh. The probability storm. Oh my God. That was a really funny and just good scene too. And then seeing like him like work like ants, that was spot on perfection. All of his uh probability selves started to work together, like you know uh those army ants, and it was great. And then seeing the wasp, and then they just all formed into one when they were reaching for each other. That was great. What else, man? Else? Uh, the actress who played Cassie, also great work, and all those other side characters were freaking hilarious, especially the telepath guy with the and that badass chick. I was like, damn, she looks good. And like all those little details, like the living buildings, like that is such a Rick and Morty thing. And like, yeah, okay, all right, sorry, I know 20 minutes isn't long, but what else is there to talk about? I don't know. It's just it was fun. It was a really fun film. And finally, seeing the full effect of Giant Man and Ant Man and that whole, quantum realm, and like finally, understanding what Janet did and whatever else. But like I said, I wish we could have delved into more of why that Kang was on like a murder spree, like why they banished him into the quantum realm. Like what made him so murderous and you know what I mean? Like, cuz there's got to be a reason behind that. I don't know. Maybe it's just I wish I could have like I'd say a strong 8.5, maybe a 9. I'd say 9 out of 10 for this one. Yeah. Like, it went by so quick. Just like, you know what it reminded me of? Like a Rick and Morty episode. Like, there was just so much to unpack. Like, just so much going on during each episode of Rick and Morty. Like, you have to, like, rewatch them. Like, oh my god, like, you just can't keep up. And, like, the same thing kind of happened with this film. Like, just like so much detail in each minute. Like, you're just like, okay, okay, like, yeah. So, great film, awesome. And I fell in love with Ant-Man when these when that one well, I fell in love with Marvel a long time ago in the 90s with the X-Men. My number 1 and 2 are Gambit and Rogue, always, from the X-Men animated series. And then my number 3, Ant-Man, always. And then Thor, then Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange. Yeah, yeah. And then the list goes on and on. Deadpool, X-23, Wolverine. And I'm still waiting for my Rogue and Gambit. And the Savage Land. Still waiting for the Savage Land. When are we gonna get the Savage Land? Alright. And, yeah. From the Earth's Mightiest Heroes animated show. Came out in 2010. That, like, really was, you know, it's literally from the pages from the comics. And that Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne are, like, so good. And these movies definitely, like, did a really good job of portraying, you know, these really, you know, well written characters, like, even better in the films. So, okay, I don't know what more to talk about, but I think I covered everything. I didn't realize Darren Cross, like, you know, I saw him on the IMDb, but I had no idea they made him into MODOK. That is still, like, that shit was freaking hilarious. Alright. Okay. Good film. And I'm so excited for the rest. For more. Yep. So, alrighty. I'm Lena, aka HyeMaiden. And, yeah. Just so excited for more. I can't wait for Loki season 2. Alright, thanks for watching. And no, you don't have to like, subscribe, but if you want to, if you like my content or me reviewing things and whatever else, like, I wish, like, I had more time, but I'm trying to get better, focus on my health. My puppy is just, she, like, wants my attention so much. And my back, and I'm trying to get better doing physical therapy, doctor appointments. I'm getting an injection or a couple injections soon in the joints of my spine. Yeah, because I have a collapsed disc under my spinal fusion for my scoliosis. My spine is an S, and they did the fusion when I was 12. So I have 2 titanium rods, 12 screws, 2 pins, and I'm going to be 36 in July. Which is why I relate to Wolverine in X-23 the most. She's got the 2 claws, and I got 2 rods. Like I've been experimented on. Okay, okay. Sorry. That's what I call, I don't know. That's what I think of myself. My Instagram is your modern day X23. So, yeah. All right. Enough of me blabbering about. Thank you for watching. And if you didn't like this video, then you didn't like this video. I don't know. I do this for fun. I do this for fun to help me my take my mind off of my pain, which is constant. Okay? And I'm not that tech savvy. I don't edit, I don't make crazy little edits here, funny little adding into little scenes or whatever, because I would love to do that, but I'm not tech savvy. All I have is this phone. It's a nice phone, but I don't have time to do that. I've been streaming on Twitch lately, playing mobile games, and yeah. And I'm also on TikTok, and I've like barely been on Instagram. So I like YouTube. So yeah. All right. But this film was great, and I was streaming live on YouTube, but YouTube and Disney didn't allow all of the Wakanda Forever film to be loaded up. So I was watching Wakanda Forever for the first time a few nights ago, and that movie was, oh my god, I cried. I was bawling. Well, I wasn't bawling, but like it was so emotional. That film was so emotional and just really good. And I was just like, Aquaman who? DC and Atlantis who? Atlantis what? Like Ryan Coogler, oh my god, like stunning for the Namor character, Namor. And the Talocan, that whole Mayan, oh my god, it was gorgeous. I just finally saw it a few nights ago for the first time. It is a stunning movie. It left me speechless. But yeah, okay, I know this is going on way too long. Okay, sorry. Maybe I just like to vent a little, and maybe I just like to talk, and I like to use YouTube as kind of like, I don't know, like a diary type of thing, like a log, captain's log. Okay. All right. God bless everyone. And yeah, go see Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania if you love Marvel, if you love King the Conqueror and Ant-Man, and just, yeah. All right. God bless. Peace and love.